I'm here with Patrick Tsang, chairman of the Tsangs group. Patrick, thank you for being here.
Ashley, thank you for having me.
There's so many things I want to discuss with you, especially regarding the relationship between China and the West. Given your unique position in both worlds, what would you say you are most hopeful about in the relationship between China and the West?
I think how the relationship between China and the West is a love-hate relationship. It's very complicated. We in the Tsangs group, we are a family office based out of Hong Kong. We bridge east to west. We invest into companies in China with a view of going global, or invest into non-Chinese companies, for example, in America, and then bring it to China. So I believe that there's a lot of misunderstanding, there's a lot of politics whereby in the recent years where the US-China relations have fallen a bit sour, but every crisis always creates a new opportunity. So JFK once said that crisis in Chinese and Cantonese is ngai gei. Ngai means danger, gei means opportunity. So crisis actually in Chinese means an opportunity. So it depends on how we view the hostility, we can create opportunities for it. From our perspective, the best way of always trying to de-escalate the tensions is always through business or investment. If everyone aligns the interests together and you make an investment and we both win, then it's great for everyone. I think the best thing to do, I think a lot of the communication, the problem is the lack of understanding of the cultural differences. We always use an American or a Western way of looking at things on the Chinese, and the Chinese uses a Chinese way to look at the way Americans or Westerners look at. And it's very different. I always give this example of, we use chopsticks in Asia and we use a knife and fork in Europe. But it doesn't mean which one is better. It's just in a different setting, a different meal, you use different utensils. So the same thing again is I encourage and promote a lot more engagement, communication, and through investment in business, we can develop better bonds and friendship, and then the world will be a better place.
My second question is, given your multi-generational entrepreneurial experience in an increasingly global world, what is the most important move entrepreneurs can make today to be ready for the next 5 years?
I believe in the next 5 years for entrepreneurs, it's been demonstrated during COVID that the world is moving at such an electric pace in which things change. Every day you can't go to this country, you need a vaccine, PCR tests, all this different kinds. It applies to investment. The things that have changed in our lifetime actually is that in the last 50 years, it's all to do with tech. When I was born, there was no mobile phone, there was no internet. And now everyone has a mobile phone. Even my grandfather uses an iPad. We talk on video call and all this kind of stuff. And that's just the way that life has changed. And for our investment thesis, we typically exit within like 1 to 3 years of our direct investments. And that's what we need to do. You need to be agile. You need to be with the times, knowing where the world's going. You need to think maybe a few steps ahead to see where the trends are, but you need to act very fast. But at the same time, we have all this information age where people have information in their fingertips. It's all about knowing how to use the information, not about how much information you have. So my advice to entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, is always keep looking for opportunities. There's always opportunities no matter what time, age, environment it is, and seize the opportunity by executing.
What is your advice for families who want to pass on their legacy work to the next generation?
So my advice to families passing on to their own legacy is a very complicated one. I think each family office have their own culture, they have their own philosophies, their own ambitions, and for us, what we've seen is the big difficulty, I think, for a lot of families is being able to pass down that culture. And do we pass on that baton onto professional management who are not related to the family, or are they beneficiaries to the family trust? Now, the dilemma for most families is always, do you find a third party to come in, or do you let the family who might not be that able in terms of ability to run the business? So that's a big dilemma. But I think ultimately what a company does well, whether it's a family office or not, is you need to have the culture, and that culture needs to be instilled into each and every one of the staff, even from the cleaning lady, so that they understand the purpose and the vision of the family. And if you do that, then it'll become successful. But every company, every family office, they have to evolve. and we have to improve each day, and the culture changes as well as the times do. So my advice to a lot of families is have to be open-minded. We, for example, are willing to bring in non-family members to the office to help expand and make the company better.
Patrick, Tsang, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Ashley.